Hello everybody, welcome to the video. Today we are on Rancho Cordova, aka Hangtown, aka my hometown track slash race, whatever you want to say. Went here in real life, got absolutely burnt to a crisp. If you guys would like to see that, go to my other channel, and it's linked down in the description. It's called Moto In Depth. Yeah, you guys see me absolutely fried, but here today we're talking about this bike that I'm currently using. It is the Factory 450. Just a few videos back, I made a video on the Factory 250. And so this thing is the Factory 450. And these bikes are incredible. I've never, I've never thought this highly of a 450 before. Tried this one. It's really really well taken to just full on the throttle. It was what I've realized. It doesn't loop out just right away. It doesn't lose traction. Look at the way it glides over these bumps without getting any weird Puboso physics. I don't know what they do to these bikes to make them so freaking good, but the OEM team knows that they're good. They are publicly going out and asking people for suggestions and questions. So yeah, the OEM guys definitely see how good these bikes are, and I don't know if they're getting scared or if they want to, maybe team up with the guys that make this, because this bike is, incredible in terms of what I'm used to as a 450, or what identifies as a 450 in this game is straight up just, it's just sheer power that's hard to control. But this feels a lot easier. It feels nice. It feels like you can kind of smack on that throttle and you can kind of manage it a lot more, to a point where it could feel really good. The Puboso physics aren't as bad. You can literally do not whatever you want, but it takes to bumps really nicely. I do have a setup on here that probably even resists bumps, but I'll put it on your screen right now. I realize it's worked okay. It's not great, but I just have a setup on here so it works with these tracks and whatnot, so you don't get the front tucks. But it's crazy, man. The way that these bikes are, the way that this bike is especially, it just doesn't feel like an MX Bikes 450, but it has that 450 power and it feels awesome. This should be what, in my eyes, a 450. I don't think the jump to a 250 to a 450 should be that massive. You're basically learning a whole new game. But once again, they're just two bikes. One's just a bit more powerful, if not a lot more, and this bike really captures that without having to go into the depths of every little bit of the 450. So I don't know, it's really weird, hard to explain, but this bike is obviously off to a horrible start in this video, but give it a try for yourself. And it's pretty self-explanatory to download. Link will be down in the description for these bikes. There's a 250 edition as well. That is my favorite bike in the game for sure. But other than that, man, I don't know what to tell y'all about these bikes. They are, the way that it even charges down this hill right here, and then at the end, how it just kind of still stays on top. It doesn't jump over any. It's just really nice. I don't know what the OEM or what these guys, I think it's 1110 that made this, that make these bikes. I don't know what they do to make the bike work so well, but especially on a rough track like this, it just kind of glides over bumps. You can just pin on the throttle. It doesn't matter. These things are amazing in my eyes. I don't know why anyone would have any bad thing to say about it. Sure, maybe it's too light, but sure, to pump up the gas. It doesn't matter. I think the bottom line is that these are better than the OEM bikes, and that is just, I think, a fact, actually. In my opinion, I think that these bikes are amazing. I'll go ahead and show you guys the setup I'm on right now. I'm also going to raise the gas up because it is feeling particularly light, so you guys can see that. You guys can pause on any of these, copy them down, but I kept the drivetrain the same, and then this is a bit different. Maybe could mess with that a little bit, but oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I don't know. It's just really cool, the dynamic that this bike has in this game. It's very unfamiliar, and so it's definitely a bit of a learning curve. No way it wouldn't be, but now I'm just gonna suck, I swear. I spun a few laps on this bike beforehand, and it was great. I ran a 210. Wasn't quite all the way comfortable, but I mean, it was still a lap, right? And dude, it's just nuts how easy this bike is to get used to and to use and to not like smack on the throttle, but it definitely responds well to a newer player trying to, you know, maybe use more power. And I would love to use this thing on Supercross. That might be for its own video. But this thing doesn't feel much faster than the other 450s, I'm not going to lie. But the last time that I rode one of the OEM 450s was a while ago. And this has felt better than any of those 450s. This is actually going to piss me off, I swear to God. I'm going to slow it down here. It's actually going to make me mad if I keep crashing and making this thing look bad. But trust me, I love it. You'll love it too. Go to the description, download it. It's amazing. You guys can get the factory 250 as well. Try that out if you guys want to see a video on that as well. One of my last videos, I think 3 videos ago, I think, maybe. I don't know. It's one of my recent videos that you guys can go check out. I really wish they did something different for the graphics though, but it looks good at least, so there's that. But I don't know if it's a replica of any certain graphic or anything, but I don't know. I just love it. Alright, that's all I gotta say. Is I very much prefer these over the OEM bikes and whatnot, so I don't know if that's a popular opinion right now or how many people are talking about that specifically, but I know the OEM team probably doesn't appreciate that, and I'm sorry to you guys. I think it's bust your ass and whatnot, or bust your asses. But I mean, this thing is, or I guess these things, the 250 and 450, are a little bit better in my eyes, and by a little bit I mean a lot bit better. I really enjoy these bikes compared to the OEM bikes. The factory 250, favorite bike in the game, hands down. I only rode it for, I'd say, 15 minutes total, and it became my favorite bike. You got me on this thing. It's definitely by far my favorite 450 I've ever felt in this game. So I really don't know what to tell you. I don't know what these guys do to these bikes that make it just work well with the game. All right, that's all I've got to say. You got to look at the OEM bikes and sure, you're like, well, you got to change this and that for it to work on this and that, and most of it is bike setup. But you mean you can hop on here and do just fine. So I don't really know what the limit is for the OEM guys, but 1110 or whoever it is that makes this bike, I don't want to sound like a doofus or moron, but I mean, like, I honestly, I think it is 1110. I think it's right there on the front fender, whatever. The people that make this bike have just figured it out. All right, and whether you approach them and ask them what they do, I don't know if they'll give it to you, but this is a kind of a slap in the face to the OEM guys from 1110. I mean, this thing is utterly amazing, no doubt. I mean, this thing is definitely incredible. Yes, I did just try to look at the side of the bike. I don't know why, but I always do that. I mean, let's see here. Can we hit the Squillium line? No, we can't. Not on our first attempt on it. I haven't tried it yet, but I don't know, man. This bike, I think by far should be the mold for a 450 to like learn in this game. It just feels so much more manageable, and I can't imagine to the newer players that try it on like an easy track that can literally just smack on the right trigger and it gives you instantaneous power. And I can't think of like maybe the YZ 450 or the KTM or even the Honda with how subtle it is can do that. I don't know. All right, like, it's crazy the fact that you know, some people, you know, we like the OEMs. Like, yeah, sure, I like them. I love them, actually. But to know that this is the ceiling now, to know that these bikes are possible, it's got me questioning quite a bit here. But, I don't know. I respect all the OEM guys, everything they've done, everything they do, everything they continue to put their time and effort into, for sure. That doesn't even get questioned by me. I appreciate it. And the fact that they continuously come out with bikes that are awesome is just amazing. But to have these two bikes in comparison is nuts. I mean, these things are more than awesome. I mean, I don't even know how to explain such a thing. I think you guys really just got to try it out for yourselves. I highly recommend trying these bikes out. That being said, that probably will do it for me in the showcase of this factory 450. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to continue, or make sure to consider, not continue. Oh, you could have been continuing to like and subscribe and enjoy these videos, and go back, watch any of my past content. I'll see y'all there. Deuces.